You silly. All right. Let's get this done quickly. Heels numerology for tomorrow, which is 1/30/2026. Before I go any further, and I'll probably do a reading about that. Full moon, the snow moon, is going to be Sunday, the 1st. The 1st of February, and I believe at 5:09 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, a lot of places down here in the South are expected to have some pretty nasty inclement weather on top of what they forecasted last week. It's supposed to be like teens, if not single digits, with wind chill around here. So if you're here in South Carolina, down in the low country, buckle up. Because you know if we get any kind of ice, the infrastructure falls apart. So Sunday, February 1st, full moon, the snow moon, and potential bad weather over the weekend. But this reading is about Heels numerology for tomorrow, which is 1/30/2026. There's a write-up on Facebook, my Healing Reveal page, and there's a lead-in picture in my story. I don't know. Sometimes you can click on stuff in my story, and it'll take you to it. Sometimes it won't. Most people don't read anyway, so neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. Heels numerology for tomorrow, 1/30/2026. Potentially overcome with empathy. Are you too connected? Or have you been so disconnected that now you're in overwhelm? Sheesh. That's where a lot of people are at. This ain't even a racial issue. It's a racial issue, but this is people who for so long have been disenchanted with what's been going on over the last 7 or 8 years, where it really got bad, where you could start looking at social media, the news outlets, all of it was just mixed media. It was like, man, ain't nothing good on. Now it's past the point of it just not being anything good on. It's a foretelling of just how bad shit has gotten. That hits that you've been too disconnected. You really didn't pay attention, because for a lot of people who don't pay attention, again, like I'm saying, you hit the apathy point where I don't want to see it. It's because it can overwhelm you. It's not that because I've learned to just not be affected by it. It's if I pay attention, I will become infected. So you have some people who can never let go, stay sick, stay infected. Always got headaches, always in depression cycles, always manic, always this, always that. Hey there, guys. So you got people who are too connected to what's going on, and you got too many people who are too disconnected. And as shown like last week, something happens that touches them, now they become too connected. And that's the danger. Somebody who was not paying attention sees something that makes them pay attention, and then they come in hard and heavy. Watch that shit. So tomorrow, 1/30/2026, 1, potential, 30. It's a cyclic energy of which you keep coming over to. 2026, the year of empathy. Are you in a cycle of giving too much power to what has empathically connected you? And it keeps you enslaved. Resonance only. I say it, I pull cards after I shuffle, and it either backs it up or it denies it. This backs it up. This is the king of waters. Your emotions. Remember, empathy is an emotional field. If my emotional field is already being ruled over, this is the masculine energy. Think about it. People say this shit all the time. Patriarchy done destroyed, and boy, has it. And patriarchy is not done. Sorry for all my people who like to think that we're entering into a new paradigm of the divine feminine. Been telling y'all since about 2019. This is divine masculine wounded. And it's learning to heal itself. Before I go any further with this enslavement card, patriarchy has ruled this realm for eons. It got to the point to where it was starting to see its own sickness. And so it started to try and find ways to heal itself by trying to do different things. But much like a person, let's just say an older person, when you get them to try something, they're like, nah, man, I don't want to do that. Patriarchy tried to let up and try and express a new way of healing by trying to listen to the things it abused. And when it started to see that, holy shit, I'm losing my power by trying to let you gain yours, it's like, okay, well, we'll just put things back to where they were. Sorry if you don't get that. That is why you keep seeing them. And I'm telling you, God says y'all need to watch out. And my wife tells me about this all the time, and I see it. Y'all need to watch it. They're trying to put y'all back into that motherfucking 1800 mindset. They're trying to make it to where you have to do everything that benefits the man. Only this is not benefiting man, it is benefiting the man. The ruling psychotic energy that has always been in control, they're trying to get back into that hysteria energy. And I'm not trying to be no fear monger, but this is just common sense, because fuck Project 2025, fuck all that shit. All of those are traps anyway. They tell you partial truths, but they're all traps. They're trying to find a way to make this system that has kept itself safe. It's trying to find a way to make that system safe for itself again. Pay attention to what I'm telling you. If somebody only wants a better way to control you so they don't have to fix themselves, that's dangerous as fuck. I'm not going to keep explaining myself. You have to understand that in order for a truth to come through, ugly truths have to start being revealed so people quit lying to themselves. Think about what I just said. It only wants to find a way to fix itself by controlling others. In the past couple of days, you've had events that are not uncommon to us, but now they're becoming common to others. Now they want to try and find a way to fix it because they no longer feel safe, where everybody who was already unsafe never found safety. So is it about finding safety for all of us, or is it only finding a way to put yourself back into, not us, only finding a way to put themselves back into the box where life was good? It's like that person that put that shit on that post the other day. Can we go back to normalize police brutality? What the fuck? You said the quiet part out loud. You just want it to where ain't nobody whooping your ass. They're just specifically targeting who you're used to being targeted. That's everything I just got through saying. If you potentially are overcome with empathy, you're too connected and you're going through too much shit, or you're too disconnected and you don't pay attention. In the minute that something happens, now you're paying so much attention because you're now introduced to the sickness, you got to fight to get free. But like I'm saying, the bigger energy that people are missing is this is the patriarchal system trying to find a way to appease its own sickness by calling it healing. It ain't doing nothing different. It ain't listening to nobody different. It's not willing to, the big thing with America, it's not willing to take accountability for its own actions. It just needs everybody else to get out of its way so it continues its course. It's enslaved. God. We're not going to do this. I'm not going to play with y'all psychosis today. This is the Leviathan. This is that snake that's in the water. This is that snake that's in the water. It's not trying to rule over the snake in the water. It's trying to keep ruling over the snake in your head. You get it? The waters of the mind. The snake represents knowledge. It is trying to tell you what is safe for you to know, which keeps itself safe to continue doing what it's doing. That is why, again, and I used to post about this ever since like 2015. It's not funny, but it's funny to me because I watched it happen. The hysteria post where it was like in 1836, a woman could get arrested if her son masturbated. A woman could be arrested if she sneezed in public. A woman could get arrested if she tied her shoe on a Sunday. And I'm being, a little wild with it, but some of them other stuff is the honest truth. And I'll go try and find that post, but they delete a lot of my shit. I'll try and find it. There was a set list of things that women could do to get arrested. And it was like, holy shit, a woman can't even breathe. If a woman's libido was too high, she could be punished. Who does that benefit? Does that benefit the woman, or does that benefit the male who already has insecurities of his ego? So, as evidenced by history, the male in control only wants to enslave everybody else that gives it that feeling of maintaining control. The card 2-7. I read my cards different, and these are my cards. 2-7, in the sense of 27, it says I'm connected to who I think I am. Think about everything I just said. If I can tell you who you are, then I can safely choose who I get to be. If I can tell you what I want you to do, then I get better choices for myself because I already have you in a system of limitations. I already have you under dominion. The other way I read that is it's 2 7s, and that'll come up in this reading. For my number system, 77, the master illusionist. Think about it. If I tell you 7 is myself without conditions, 7 is self-awareness, 7 is myself on a journey. If there's 2 7s, there's an issue. Think about it. This is choice. If there's 2 7s and I get to choose which one is best for me, you wasn't a part of the equation. This 1/30/2026, where you are potentially overcome by what you're connected to, you're already enslaved to whatever's choosing for you. God damn. Color Purple just came in my head. The Oprah Winfrey scene where she finally home for Christmas And Miss Millie, haven't I been good to you people? I want you to drive me home. Because it was better for her, because of her fear, she put somebody else in danger. Hello, America. Been doing that shit since forever. And this ain't even color related. Since forever, America has put whoever else in front of the bus so that they don't have to get run over while getting on the bus and running the other motherfucker over. Next line. It's a system of enslavement. Why? Fear of accountability. I'll even be fair. Extra card. Because I'm telling you, as a vibrationalist, the whole reason why people need to control you is because they don't have control of themselves, because it means another level of responsibility when you have to have this dirty word here, admission. Admission of guilt is harmful for somebody who never had to admit anything. So the hidden reason for why things need to stay in the cycle of enslavement. 6 not only is the vibration of love, which I always tell you is a load of vast energy. 6 is the foundation of traumas. 6 is your foundation. It's in the foundation of this fucking country. It's built on enslavement. The foundation is we're going to use what we love. What do we love? Look at how they're holding themselves. They're holding themselves in a position of mistrust. Think about what I said earlier about things will try and control others when there's a lack of control in themselves. The mistrust of myself will have me mistrusting anything else that might put me in position. That's the whole root of the mental sickness of today is people don't trust what they can't control because there's a lack of control within themselves, because control shouldn't be a part of the equation. I shouldn't have to control anything. I should have the ability to be aware. I see you for who you are. I don't need to control you because the minute you act up, I don't need you in my space. Ta-da, no strife needed, no struggle. But y'all can't think that way. Why? Because you're already overly engaged. That Leviathan spell, you've already been told the limitations of your enslavement. This is the proverbial rat in a cage. You've already been told what you got to go through in that cage to get to the cheese, but you ain't never at once evaluated or equated to freedom. I just know how to get to the bag. But yeah, will the bag get you free? Yeah, to get me a better position in the cage. That's all some of y'all want is a better position in the cage, but you don't want freedom. Oops, next line, 66 too. 66 in my number systems, the master saboteur. Remember, I'm telling you 6, which came up right here, my foundation. 6, my trauma, in the sense to where 6 is the potential of your choice based off of the possibilities and probabilities of what it can create. You get it? This is not creation. This is what I choose that is going to make a creation will become my foundation. The minute, going back into America, the minute America chose to steal and lie in order to create, its foundation has always consistently been built off of theft and lies. Freedom is a perspective. Freedom from what? And again, not challenge you, I'm just answering. So what grants one real freedom? Freedom from what? What puts you in enslavement? And are you really enslaved, or are you just not willing to let go? Because realistically, in the case of this fucked up ass country now, we're not enslaved. We just don't want to be free. You've already been given a set of rules that said, hey, if they do this, do that. But then you got people, getting back to what I was saying before you got in here, you have people who have benefited from the box, who won't do anything to change the box. And now that the box is changing them, they're acting like everybody else who never benefited from the box. So and that's going to come up in this reading too. As long as you can't get everybody to operate on the same page, the box is safe. The freedom is never an issue when the slaves can't even free themselves. You won't even make it to who got you enslaved when the participants in slavery are still fighting each other. What I used to hashtag since like 2014, look it up. Reduce your egoic footprint. All one word. Reduce your egoic footprint. You got to figure out which part of what they told you're supposed to know is really what has you enslaved. I have to have, and again, think about it in the sense of like, say, the American dream, 70s child. get married, have 2.5 kids, a dog, a white picket fence, 2 cars in your yard, 2 jobs, all this other shit, all the shit that they pumped in your head and told you that you have to have. God damn it, they just put out some more doctrine about that shit too, where they're trying to make it the women go backwards. More of the same shit I'm talking about. So all the shit they keep pumping in your head to tell you the limitations of freedom, is that really yours or is it theirs? Why are you telling me what I got to do to be free when you haven't left anything here for me to get it? So then it becomes the Jedi mind trick of, am I going to keep subscribing to what they keep issuing me? Am I going to take the prescriptions from the drug dealer? Or am I going to start trying to figure out what's real for me? You know what? Maybe I don't need all these cars. You know what? Maybe I don't need to keep working so long just so that I keep paying for shit that I really don't need, in the sense where I am going to tell myself I do have shit that I need. I need to start trying to find a way to use it better and stop having it using me so well. A lot of people are just mentally enslaved to paying bills. You haven't had any sense of freedom. You haven't had any real travel. You haven't had any real peace. And you don't have to have travel to have peace. You just have this enslavement and this cyclic thought of, I got to keep doing this. And then one day I get free. When they're showing you more and more, it's not designed for you to get free. You got these decrepit, soulless motherfuckers up here still talking about, well, by age 73, we'll give you Medicare. What the fuck are you going to do at age 73? I'll be 55 in a few weeks. What the fuck you going to do at age 73? Not a goddamn thing, because are we even going to be here at age 73 at this rate? So it becomes, how do you get free? You have to figure out whether you're really enslaved. That's getting ready to come up. 66.2, the Master Servitor, is overly connected. When you think freedom is not yours, you'll fight for your own enslavement. So when you know something is going to mess you up, but you do it anyway, who's at fault? We know this system is fucked up. But what do? Keep trying to find a way to get through the fucked up system that only requires your energy to fuck you up. Take your time with that. That is the God's honest truth in this fucking country. You use this system that's designed to abuse you by abusing yourself, hoping that one day you'll get out of the abuse that is set up for you. 66.2. You've sabotaged yourself by staying connected to what already got you fucked up. But it becomes your reality. Holy shit, full moon Sunday. La Luna. It ain't got shit to do with the moon. It's the reality that you create. Nah, take that back. As a vibrationist, it's not the reality that you create. It's the reality that you accept. Everything I just said. Everything that we need to change what's going on out here already laid down. But because we lay down and too scared to stand up, it can stay asleep. You see that? It ain't got to do shit to you because you'll do it to yourself. Self-sabotage. Why are they hitting us? Why they keep killing us in the street? Why you keep showing up? The minute they prove harmful, why are you still taking a prescription? You'll break up with your boyfriend or girlfriend when they cheat, won't you? This will hurt some of you, but think about what I just said. You'll break up with your lower level relationships, your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, and all this other shit, but you won't break up with your belief systems, you won't break up with your deities, and you won't break up with your government. Why? Biggest systems of enslavement in today. People are enslaved to what they believe in religious and traditional formats, and you're enslaved to what you think the government could do to you, that you would do it to yourself. You stop going to them for resources, and if, again, as I'm saying, we are all not ready to do it together, you have to start becoming resourceful for yourself. You can't keep telling them every fucking thing you're doing. You have to start finding ways to do things for yourself, and you have to find others who are willing to do things for themselves and with you, and you have to build from within. But if you keep showing up to every shit show that they put in front of you to take your energy into points of anger, you ain't gonna never have nothing left for yourself. You've already given them the most resourceful resource that they require, your fucking time and attention. But people won't learn that one. Why? Social media has fed the ego to the point to where people can't keep still. And that's why I posted what I posted yesterday. Take 12 hours. Log off of these motherfuckers for 12 hours and see just how far you're going. We talk about kids and brain rot and screen time. Shit. The fucking adults are a bigger issue. You want to know why we can't get nothing done, but you keep going to the same systems that's taking everything from you. You log into this doish agenda ass fucking app and all the other ones that these doish agendas, read through the words, these dudes have bought everything, and then you can do not. And then you think they're going to set you free. So I ask myself, do I really need their resources, or is their resources what keeping me enslaved? And this ain't got shit to do with going off the grid, because that's a pipe dream nowadays. This is about what I said earlier. Reduce your egoic footprint. Start figuring out how much of them you really need, and then figuring out how much of you really have. And how much of you keep pimping out and selling away. Next line, 33.8. 33. Thoughts rule this show. The thought that has your ear is your God. Sorry for you. Whoever has your ear is your ruler. If I got a thought in this ear, and I got the thought in this ear, you fucked. Think about it. Log on to social media. I know what you're saying. The only thing you're going to see is depravity, sexuality, violence, discord, dismay. And then every now and then you see a cute little baby doing something nice, or somebody helping somebody. You're like, God, man, I miss that energy. That's a drug. To drag you into so much low vibration and then pepper you with a little bit of peaceful one keeps you going. We do that shit all the time. Think about it. It's a mental program. People are like, man, I miss the 80s. Man, I miss 2005. Man, when things was easier. It wasn't easier then. It was just harder to trick us into selling our energy. Now you don't have to do shit to sell our energy. We're going to give it fucking away. So 33.8, the experience is just peppering your mind with so much shit to think about that you can't think for yourself. You think for whatever you keep seeing. 33.8. 33, the experience, ain't got shit to do with no master teacher and no kundalini and no my chakras are in alignment, or 33, the Masons. Those are all mental concepts, keeping your ass distracted, but let your life tell your tale. Keep doing what you're doing. Oh, my back burn. It was my kundalini. 8, the strongest thought in my head. 8 is I'm struggling with the thoughts in my head. But what did I just say 33 was? Is the thoughts that keep on vibrating around you. If the thoughts vibrating around you have now permeated into you and it's all you can think about, are you thinking? Are you thinking, or are you just sold out to the thoughts? The majority of y'all are going to say, no, I'm thinking. No, that shit ain't got nothing to do with you. But again, like I said earlier about you keep paying attention to it because it's all you see. If I keep paying attention, think about it. You motherfuckers who like to watch Cardi B and Nicki Minaj and all these other bullshit 50 cents and shit like that. You know more about what they got going on, and you don't know shit that's going on with you. You just know what's going on with you and your traumas. But you don't know shit that's going on with you, but you can tell every fucking thing to somebody else and say it. Why? Because it's the only thing they put around you. So the only thing you can think about is somebody else's bullshit. I ain't got a chance of freeing myself. Rat in the cage again. You trapped in what they want you to pay attention to so that you never see yourself. Holy shit, 33.8. The experience is merely excessive thoughts in the head and the inability to stop giving them your energy. Mental overwhelm. This fucking planet is in a state of mental overwhelm, and that's another reason why nobody will move, because everybody tired. But everybody tired because ain't nobody did shit. But been guided by what's already burning you. Oya energy. This is the queen of fire. The queen of fire. The queen is the influence. Fire, my energy. What's influenced your energy? The fucking thoughts. What's Oya? The storm. What's Oya? The consummate warrior. What got you fighting with? Fighting? 2-5. Whatever I'm learning. 2 is connection. 5 is the teacher's energy. 5 is movement. I'm only being moved by what I'm connected to because I'm only connected to what's moving me. Holy shit, 2 + 5. 7 again. Remember I told you at the beginning there was going to be 2 7s? Here's one of them already. 33.8. The experience that has me in struggle is a 7. 2 + 5, 7. What am I being guided by? 7, again, as I told you, in straight up numerology, has to deal with self-awareness. If the only thing I know is somebody else's thought, is it really me, or is it what somebody has Jedi mind tricked myself into? These are not the droids you're looking for. You right. See, that ain't have nothing to do with me. It had everything to do Well, who just controlled me? You are being guided by whoever manipulated you, but you don't understand you're under manipulation. That'll come up again in this reading too, but I'll go ahead and talk about it now because I'm not going to be in here all night. One of the things I've noticed is, and I said this, that you can be mad if you think this is racial. White people have been sheltered by what goes on in white America, while people of color have always bore the brunt of the blast. That now that white people are being treated like black people, white people want black people's anger without black people's issues. Sorry for you. White people want black people to be angry with them when we never were not angry. But here's the trick that I've warned people about. The minute that black people honor white people's anger, the system will honor white people's anger and take them back into a state of peace. Guess who's going to still be left in fucking anger? Because it's not about you. Because if it was about you, there never would have been a separation. There never would have been a safe box for people to operate out of. Sorry, guy, comply. All lives matter. It would have never been a safe box for some. It would have been a safe box for all. And then once everybody found out the box was not safe, then they would have got rid of the system. But the system knows that there is going to be righteous anger while you do wrong shit. And as soon as you right the righteous anger, you'll get rid of the wrong shit. But as I said, the wrong shit always left you where you at. Always leaves us where we're at. Why? Because in the sense of energy, we're the weakest link. Sorry if that hurt your feelings. In the sense of energy, we're the weakest link because we're the most easily programmed. We are so easily programmed into false doctrines, false belief systems, false systems of knowledge, always patting ourselves on the back for having the ability to do, but most of the time won't do nothing. That's a perfect slave. The perfect slave is a motherfucker that thinks he's free. Strike that from the records, Your Honor. Strike that. Easily guided, easily manipulated, easily misled, but always the last one to let go. Next line, 44-6, the Master Manifester. The Master Manifester. 4 is where you visualize things being created. We'll call that a field of belief. Master Manifester, energy 44. Remember, 2024 was a 44 year. Everybody's talking about abundance. Ooh, I'm going to use this energy to create. Holy shit, what I just tell you. The strongest is actually the weakest. Why? Because you can take the energy from them real easy. All you got to do is give them something to believe in. All you got to do is shuck and jive in front of them, give them something to believe in, and them motherfuckers sit down and be quiet and continue to fight amongst themselves. 44-6, the Master Manifester. Got too many choices. 6. Remember I told you 6 is basically a field of traumas because your foundation in this land, our foundation has always been one associated with trauma. If you are only manifested based off of your traumas, guess what your manifestations are going to fucking include? 6-7, 6-7. You're going to keep on manifesting your goddamn traumas, you idiots. All disrespect intended. If the only thing you have is a foundation of traumas and you keep manifesting based off of those traumas, what you keep manifesting is already traumatized. But you motherfuckers can't be taught different. Why? Because as I said, you're too enslaved to what you've been told to know. Perfect slave. So, Master Manifester, too many choices that only leave traumas in any event. And my definition of trauma is merely the energetic marker for the time. This is my energy. The trauma is only the energetic marker for the time used to create an experience. Good and bad don't matter. It don't matter to the energy. The energy just wants to get used. This is the proverbial where people be talking about energy is neither created or destroyed. Why? Because energy only has an inclination to use. People ask why the universe always doing this, because the universe, energy and expression, the universe, energy and expression does not have a value for good, bad, win, loss. It just wants experience. Trauma, in a sense to where I invest my energy into creating an experience. I invest my energy into creating an experience. The distance from the investment to the completion, the karmic field itself, that's the trauma. I invested in it. It happened. These points right here are trauma points. The before, the after, and all the energy it took in between. Your karmic field, your trauma field. We exist in a trauma field. Anybody with, let's just say, ceremonial magic, I'm going to say basic magic, ceremonial magic level training, you will understand that there is a finessing agent to energy. If you can finesse the energy by investing the time to properly create, you can control it. Not finna have that class though. So 44-6, the master manifester. If you understand energy, working with people who you already told what energy is, but they're enslaved to it and then they invest in it because it becomes the accepted reality, you can guide them through their traumas, especially when they think you love them. You can give them a book full of lies and they'll fight and kill you for it to be their truth. Christian, I'm sorry. 44-6, the master manifester, a manifester built off of traumas. God damn, I can't make this shit up. You're going one step backwards. This was the queen of fire. This is the king of fire. You're going to manifest the shit that burnt you. This is your mind, body, soul. Everything's on fire. What's guiding your fire? Everything is burning me. But everything that's burning me is giving me passion. The passion to create. Why? Because I only trust and believe in what I know. And again, as I said, and I stand by it, the weakest that calls itself the strongest is the weakest because it's so strong. Its energy is so easily manipulated and usable. That's why they put this shit on space shuttles. So easily manipulated and usable because they don't have an understanding of its own potential. So they'll keep guiding you into manifesting better uses for them, which is a better usage of you. Take your time with that one. Next line, 77. Remember the first card was 27, but I told you the way I read them, 27 is also 77. 77, a delusional motherfucker. What you hear me call the Sagittarian energy. And this ain't got nothing to do with, let's just say, I was born in November. This has everything to do with the Sagittarian energy when you're dealing with energetic structures in the, let's just say, known galaxy. Once the alignment of constellations hit certain points, it's usable energy. Y'all say this shit every year. Oh, girl, it's the winter solstice and the 3 stars are lining up, or Orion's belt. The constellations work the same goddamn way. This is more than, girl, I got a trine in the transit. This is that energy, that Sagittarian energy. When it comes into play, it can turn illusion into reality as long as the illusionist believes it's real. So when we hit Sagittarian energy, and it's not just that time of year, it's when you're pulling on Sagittarian energy itself, you can make whatever you believe there, even if it's not there. Jedi mind trick. I believe so hard in it that it had to be real. Girl, who was you talking to? Jesus. Do you see him? No, but I know his voice. And I'm not trying to just pick on Christianity, but it's an easy one. Who was you talking to? Who? Fill in the blank. Mickey Mouse. The fuck you make you think it was Mickey Mouse? Because I saw him. Or one as a practitioner, not trying to throw anybody under the bus, but Prince came to visit me last night. Delusional. Why? Because you've given in to too much energy. That 7 energy, I told you, self-awareness. You're not aware of who you are. You're only aware of what you've been inundated with from both directions. That's already overwhelmed. That's mental compression. When somebody has worked your energy so hard and they now are the controlling force for your definition, you will be defined by whichever one has the loudest voice. You'll call yourself Toby after enough abuse. You understand that? You can stand strong on who you think you are, but when shit start whooping your ass, you'll conform. So 77, the master illusionist, aka delusional motherfuckers that cannot let go, even when holding on is the only thing holding you up. And again, when you take in so much abuse to where you accept change, once change is no longer necessary, won't let go. Once what you have been taught and beaten into is no longer less necessary, you don't want another way. But you don't want to admit that holding on to that way is why you are this way. Do you understand that? You are the way you are because of what you was introduced to. But the minute that you are now faced with the reality that what you was introduced to is no longer conducive to you, you now become non-conducive to yourself because you don't want to let go of what was given to you. Again, this is so much bigger than religion. This is formatted. This is toxicity. This is somebody, I grew up in the streets and I can't let that go because the minute I let the streets go, I might have to get off the streets. Huh? Come again, say what? This is how we think. So in a relationship, the louder someone basically is shaping delusion for yourself. I'm going to say, playing devil's advocate with you, yeah. Because if I'm in a relationship with a loud motherfucker, is that a necessity or is that a toxicity? Or is that just a trauma? And there's a difference. If I'm with somebody who just has to be loud, is that conducive to what I'm trying to provide for myself? Or does it just make the me that I think I am feel safe? You have to answer that question for yourself. If you just got to be with a loud motherfucker, and again, not trying to be funny, but we're going to be real in here. You motherfuckers out here talking about, see, I need a new nigga. Why you want a nigga? I got to have me a new bitch. Why you want a bitch? You degrade yourself in what you are asking for. So then when you get something within that field of degradation, you got what you asked for. Loud or right. Again, if we're dealing with gaslighter, narcissistic type energies, we still talking about the same thing. Somebody who always have to be in control, dominion, somebody who has to exert dominion over you primarily is already functioning out of the inability to have dominion over themselves. Something I've been saying for about 9 years. Awareness of me will keep me from the experience of you. I don't need to dominate you. And I don't need to be dominated by you unless that's what we're doing. But that is an admission to a field of toxicity. If I'm in a relationship, word I've been using for 7 years, reciprocity. I am freely flowing and I'm aware of my flaws and my strengths, and you see yours, and they are conducive to operating really as one. Now I see you, and what you do right makes me feel better, and what I do right makes you feel better. That's conditionalism. That is a sickness. That's reflection. I need somebody to put me in submission. I need soft girl energy. I need soft boy energy. No, motherfucker, you need to fix you and find out who's breaking you. But what we got taught, you don't need to be alone. So you sell your energy into somebody that settles your energy, and now you got broken fucking theories. Now you're back in that karmic field. A lot of people are in karmic relationships because they don't want somebody in a sense of reciprocity. And again, being honest with you, when you're working with reciprocity, it does not mean within this human meat suit that you're not going to have the tendency to go back into lower thinking at some points, but the accountability to self won't allow you to stay there. Hey man, I had a hard day. I'm on my bullshit right now. I done gave this motherfucking shit too much energy. Give me a minute. Let me fix me, because I'm not about to dump my toxicity on you. Instead, hey man, I had a hard day, man. You need to fuck up out my face. You know, I'll deal with you tomorrow. I ain't gonna fix shit. I just need the space to keep on being toxic. That's a delusional motherfucker on both sides. You think you safe, and you think you safe. And now the kid's in danger, if there are some. Perspective and experience. Perspective and experience. So 77, like I was saying, the master illusionist. You won't let go of what you've been taught because you want ROI, return on investment. I've been doing it this long that I think I'm just going to hold on until I see it. See, this gets back into the big mama theory. Girl, I've been going to the church my whole life, and my mama went to the church, and my granny went to the church. But baby, have y'all met Jesus? No, but he coming, baby. Try that with your relationship. Try that with your relationship. I've been in this relationship for 13 years, and he said he's going to bring me dinner tomorrow. He made it there yet? No, but I trust him. You a fool. Sorry, all disrespect intended. You a fool. 77, you delusional. Oops, right back at here. 33.8, the experience already showed you what to struggle with, and that's the only thing guiding you. God's got this. My trust and belief in the government's got this. You've been guided by another 7. You've been guided by the perspective of where you're going to see yourself without conditions, by giving yourself a condition to find yourself without any. Did you catch that? I know I'm sick now, but one day I'll be healed. So wait a minute, you sick now, you're going to heal yourself? No, baby, it comes at another time. You just don't understand the way energy works. So you're going to stay sick and not do anything to fix yourself? You gonna stay sick and not do anything to fix yourself because somebody already promised that it's gonna come later while they still whooping your ass now? Make it make sense. We're dealing with a psychosis. 77 goes to 122. 1, your potential. 1, your alchemy. 1, the illusion. 1, I want to call it awareness, but that's not true. 1 really is knowledge. I'm aware of what I want to see. That's belief. Can't even call it a knowledge. It's belief. 1 is really belief. So 1 and then 22. 22 is accepted as a master builder. In my number system, 22 is the representation of the spiritual journey via choice. 2, what are you connected to? Remember I gave you the example a minute ago about reciprocity? Reciprocity is non-attachment. It doesn't require me to attach to anybody to be me. It doesn't require me to attach to anybody for them to be them. It requires the awareness that I can't rule you, you can't rule me, and there's not even a desire. We flow as 1. We flow as 1. You see in 2, but there's really only 1. 1, the potential. But in this realm, you motherfuckers practice alchemy. I'ma change things to make them better for me. But what are you changing? Everything that's been placed there to give your energy. You're changing everything that they put in front of you to take your energy because you're going to give your energy to make it happen. My PayPal is healingreveal@gmail.com. Give me $500 today and I'll give you back $50 next month. You motherfuckers might as well worship motherfucking Wimpy from damn Popeye. I put that bitch in my damn stories for a reason. No fucking coincidences. You might as well worship Lord Wimpy. I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. But will you see me on Tuesday? You ain't gonna see me on Tuesday. So 122, you ain't gonna see me on Tuesday. All the magic is in the spiritual journey. I'll read this first. All the magic is in the spiritual journey, but that's a trick. The journey is you. If I'm in a spiritual journey and I'm supposed to be going to find me, who the fuck am I while I'm in motion? Words or spells, I need to go find myself. Well, motherfucker, who are you? I'm injured. Honor that. I'm injured. Let me be still and figure out what real healing is and not what fixing my traumas needs me to be. A lot of y'all can't do that. So I'll read this. The magic is in the spiritual journey, but that's a trick. The journey is you. So no movement is required to be you. Just be you. Just be. Or be, B-E, a bee. Be a bee in a hive and have no control over your life because you are too busy being enslaved to the colony. You understand that? A bee doesn't have freedom. A bee is already programmed to go serve the queen. And like I asked, is that y'all queen? Black Panther, is that y'all queen? Is this shit out here y'all queen? Is this the influence that y'all keep falling for? The shit show that we are left with right now, that's the only thing you have to pay attention to? Really? So if that's your queen, the leading thought rules them all. The leading thought that they keep putting in us, which is really just uncertainty. You don't know what to expect next. I'm sorry. If you were in a relationship and the motherfucker cheated on you 20 times in 1 week, you know what to expect next? You're going to get cheated on again. Well, you know what you should do? Not wait on them to cheat or not try and make them pay for cheating. Get rid of the motherfuckers. See, if somebody doing you wrong, it doesn't necessarily require you to return fire and do the same thing to them. It's get them out of your energy. But again, you're too enslaved to this false reality that has guided you into manifesting, being guided by what you love, because you don't love yourself. 122, you're on a journey trying to find somebody to make you feel safe. All of the magic is in the spiritual journey. If the spiritual journey is me, where is the fucking magic? All the magic is in me. Why do you think it worked? And I said this several times. Why do you think they work so hard to get you to give up your energy? Because they have none for themselves. God, what was that movie? It. Not It from Derry, but the last It, when they was down in the cave, the final battle, and they start talking shit to It. And he start realizing he ain't got no power. And they start realizing that he ain't had no power. And then It turned into this little this little non-scary, cute little entity. Why? Because he couldn't speak to them in the voice of fear when they didn't have fear within themselves. Can awareness be clarity too? Is awareness reality? Within an illusion, there is no reality. You can be aware. This is my personal experience. I'm aware that everything here is a perspective of ourself having the experience of self in the unlimited format of separation. Me and you, we're just figment of a thought telling itself what it would be like to have our identity. But that's not reality. That's an illusion that we all accept because we're mentally, remember I said a minute ago about the bee belongs to the colony? We have a thought that tells us, figure out who you are from that perspective. But if I wake up and say that I'm Rihanna tomorrow and Beyonce the next day and 50 Cent the third day, did that happen? Or is it just a figment of my imagination? This is your imagination. This is one thought having the imagination act of telling itself what it would be like to invest energy into the experience called me and you. That is some deeper shit, but that is the experience that I've had for the last 8 years. And everything confirms it for me. You have to defer to the reality you accept. But again, your question was, can you be aware, guide you, or is it enough just being aware? Within this illusion of separation, being aware is the guidance. Remember, I said something earlier about even within awareness in this realm, we are under stimulation and simulation. So I can pretend that I'm, in wholeness all day long. But if somebody come in here and run up, I'm going to react. So then my awareness that this is all illusion becomes endangered by my perspective that that's my reality. If that's not confusing you. So then I'm going to lower what I know as awareness in favor of the traumatic function of what now becomes a potential experience. That's why we do things. That's why even people on my level that say that I recognize that this is the great sleep and all that other stuff, we still out here in marriages. We still are fathers and grandfathers, friends, because we're playing out the experience. It's just that once you start honoring awareness and clarity on that level, you start to see the experience for what they are. I can't stop the experience. People say, oh, well, just go to sleep and stop dreaming. I don't want to use the word die, but just do the mental death. Just let go altogether. It's not that easy because you're already enslaved to the programming. It's an innate programming. So you can guide yourself from awareness by understanding what's guiding you. I'm aware that there's a lot of things going on right now in this current day and age that wants my energy. But is it worth it? And not, is it worth it because, man, you're going to go back into who you used to be? Or is it worth it because it only wants me to keep pretending what it needs me to be? And for me, it's the latter. It needs me to be the militant me. It needs me to be the empathic me that wants to see everybody do something different. Or is it my choice, my 22, not to shoot myself and just be still? Just keep being, hashtag I've been used for years, I'm too busy being motherfucking delicious. Just continue being me. That is all the awareness I need. As I said earlier, awareness of me will prevent the experience of you. I don't need to know none of this shit. It's like, hey, how would it feel to go outside butt naked in the snow? That's a dumb thing for me. That don't equate to my awareness. That's false knowledge. It won't give me any value. You have to start looking at life like that. I have all the energy. What have you asked me to do? And why is it beneficial to me? And these are questions you're asking yourself and whatever the thought is. And the more that you have that conversation with starting with you first, the less of them thoughts you hear. The more you place you first and take your right as the source thinker, the less energy you have for the thoughts that want you to hide mind think. If that makes sense. So awareness can be clarity, but the danger, the way you worded it was, clarity in a karmic situation will almost always require vindication and release. Oh, I got clarity now. See, you wasn't for me. If you weren't for me, and I'm not trying to be funny, but if you weren't for me, why'd you come for me? And then blah, blah, blah. That's wasted energy. Clarity is, holy shit, this ain't working. That was it. This ain't working. Now, this ain't working, so let me go do a cleanse, or let me go tell them why it ain't working, or let me go find a replacement. See, that's the spiritual journey right there. You've already moved. The clarity moment was, I've been moved in an erroneous fashion. That's the release. Now, I got to go see my inner child, all this other bullshit, or I need to do a healing session. I need a reading. I need a protection spell. No, I see shit for what it is. Let it go. 122. Spiritual journey is me. Let it go. This is all me. Stand in the mirror and say this shit to yourself. This is all me. But you have to believe it. This is all me. The creatrix. I birthed this. This is the queen of spirits. That thought that tells you who you are becomes your ruler. I said that earlier. The strongest thought in your head is your ruler. And what I just got through telling you, stand in the mirror and tell yourself that this is all you, you now become dangerous wording. I was going to say, stand in the mirror and telling yourself that this is all you allows you to become the ruler. It allows you to become aware. Because don't ever go into that me versus me bullshit. Sorry, don't ever go into that calling my power back bullshit. And me versus me bullshit. Because in the analogy of me versus me, which one of you motherfuckers is going to win? Don't lie to me. Quit lying to yourself. If it's me versus me, but I'm going to win, holy shit, I lost too. 37, the thought that tells me how to move. 7 is your spiritual journey. 7 is your self-awareness. 7 is you without conditions. The thought that shows me without conditions is, in this case, the creatrix. The creatrix is, in the sense of this being the queen of spirits, this is the influence over everything you're going to create. When I tell myself that this is all me, everything that gets created is my responsibility. If something gets created that is not a proper reflection for what I want to see, let it go. Let it go. Hey, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Because if I give it my energy, I'm going to birth. Remember I told you a trauma? I'm going to birth an experience. And now it costs me my energy. Think about the words. I said this is the creatrix. Break that down. Create a trick. If I give my energy, I lose my plentifulness and I create time. And time equals scarcity. The time it takes to give to somebody else leaves you with less time for yourself. It does not always have to be a bad thing, but it still is a marker nonetheless. The time it takes for me to do this is time I took away from myself. The time I keep for myself is the time I have to make better choices. But as I've been telling y'all, we operate out of root chakra. We're always trying to catch up with time. Time is our ruler. But time, T-I-M-E, this is my energy. This is all me. It don't have my energy until I give it. And if that ain't proven to be true, I need to do something different. If I can't see where I'm creating all this shit, why the fuck am I participating in it? That'll scare the fuck out of some of y'all when you start doing that work. If this ain't got nothing to do with me and it ain't proven to show me anything conducive to me, why the fuck am I taking part in it? The majority of people are going to go back into programming and enslave themselves because you're used to the conditions. So 122 takes you into 14. 14, the temperance card, patience. Tempered into being patient with your sickness because you think the sickness and the shit that got you sick will provide the healing necessary. And again, the question was, are you fucktarded? Everything I just said. If you see that you created something that wasn't good for you and you waiting for what you created to be good for you, you've now proven to not be good for yourself. I went and entered into this relationship with this crackhead and all they keep doing is stealing my money and cheating on me, but I'm going to give them a chance. Did they do it or are you doing it to yourself? So again, right here at 14, where you're tempered into being patient with your own sickness, self-sabotage. Self-sabotage. Death. You're wasting your energy transmuting the truth. Something ain't working for you. But we got to find a way to change it. It ain't working for you. It's not working for you. What more do you need? What are you going to change? It not working for you? By giving it more energy? Look what happened when you fucktards voted. What wasn't working for you, you gave it more energy. Now it really ain't working for you, but it's working you. Hell, it's working us all. Just not all on the same level. But because you don't want to do nothing different, you keep investing in doing the same and get mad when you keep getting worse results. You keep holding on. Olakun, all the secrets are deep down in here. All of the secrets that you need to know, you keep holding on to what's killing you. Of everything that you've seen everything throughout the history of this fucking planet. Lies and not lies. And that should be the biggest thing. When you can clearly see that what you know is a lie, that's enough to understand that there is no truth. But what do? Try and find a safer lie to counter the lie so you're willing to invest the lie that makes you feel good. You lying to yourself. It's your fucking ego. So you're going to keep trying to transmute the same shit. Remember that thought? All the magic was in the thought. I'm going to hold on to the thought, 1 + 3, that's trapping me. Alchemy has trapped you. You want to change lead into gold because lead had its own value, but you didn't appreciate it. You want to know why? It's a father-parent function. It's a parent-child function is what I mean to say. You want to do to everybody else what was done to you. Ancestrally, going into my people, our value wasn't appreciated, so we had our value changed, and now we want to change the value of what changed us so that we can get back into changing ourselves without changing ourselves on our own. Again, I'll keep saying it. The strongest is really the weakest because it's so fucking strong and useful, just not to itself. So that was 14, 13, the death card. 1 + 3, 4. You're trapped. You're trapped in the cycle of using shit that has used you, trying to find a better use for it, when the whole problem was it already used you. The $2 hoe. Last one, 5. Movement. Remember I told you 5 is movement. Manipulation, manifestation, stillness, amplification. Anything that can teach you the use of energy. What was this about? Enslaving you into using your energy for something else and then wondering when you're going to get a return. That is going to work for 3 weeks and never getting a paycheck. That is ordering something on Amazon and it never show up at your door. How does that make you feel? That little quick shit that I said made you angry. But investing in the government, investing in belief systems that never shown you anything else except for the lies you keep telling yourself, you still got energy for that though, right? So who's the abuser and who's the abused? Or are they one and the same? 5, manifestation is under manipulation, but until the abused realize that they seek to learn from the abuser, they can't be taught that they abuse themselves. Holy shit, I had already wrote that down. Until the abused can learn that they ain't gonna get shit from the abuser, they ain't gonna learn that you're really just abusing yourself. But you can't be taught that. Why? The Leviathan, it's already frozen. You think they out there trying to freeze that snake? That motherfucker already frozen in here. You've been taught what to know, but you don't know how to say no. 2025, the year of the snake. 5, you're under manipulation. Why? Because your mind is programmed to move. Back at the beginning, I said there's thoughts coming in from all different directions because that prevents you from being still. As long as shit is keeping you in motion, you'll never find stillness for yourself. You'll never find clarity. You'll never find awareness because all you are aware of is everything that's been left for you to know. Knowledge comes after awareness. You never saw what was there. You just keep responding to what you keep seeing. You've already fooled yourself. And your free will to keep tricking yourself is what keeps you enslaved. Your free will to keep investing in systems of knowledge without having awareness of yourself is why you motherfuckers will never know. It's why you become SU. You're your own trickster. You keep crossing your own roads. No spell needed. No protection needed. No domination trick needed. You don't need nobody throwing at you because you keep throwing yourself. Remember the bus? You keep throwing yourself under the bus. And you driving that motherfucker. You're your own issue. You're your own issue because if all your movements for manifestation is using systems of manipulation, the first motherfucker that got manipulated, last card, was you. You did it to yourself. You burnt yourself. You are too passionate about what's burning you that you have not learned to keep still and put out your own fire. You got use for, oh shit. February 17th, year of the fire horse. You're too busy out here going on a journey trying to find people that match your passion or trying to find out how to burn who burnt you. The system and the cycle never breaks. You don't need validation. You don't need vindication. You don't need to be honest with you, but this will scare somebody. You don't need healing. In the sense where I say, I'm healing my traumas, it's the truth. You're healing something that can't be changed. When you have a trauma where it is already a marked experience, you can't change the experience. The experience changes you. The energy you waste in trying to change the experience that already changed you, you just change yourself further. You just accept shit for what it was. You change the values of it. There was no alchemy. I just change the values of it, and then I continue being me. Not being me, always watching out for what hurt me, or always watching out for what I think gonna help me. That's you, unable. 2 plus 3, 5. This was the 5. Me unable to be still because I can't hold myself together. Why? Because 2, 3, I'm too connected to what I think. And if what I think has become my experience, but yet my experience ain't showing me, who the fuck are you? Don't lie to me. Go to the mirror and make the effort to stop lying to yourself. Ask yourself who the fuck you are. And then eat the truth or live the illusion. But please stop lying. This shit out here ain't got nothing to do with us. And in reality, it ain't got nothing to do with none of us. But let these motherfuckers who don't want to make change within themselves, who can't take accountability for how we got here, let them figure that shit out. Not your circus, not your monkeys. Stop buying fucking peanuts for the show. Real talk. Wholeness.